Hi, everybody. Dr. Lena Rodriguez, sociologist, tarot card reader, political commentator, coming to you from Australia. Now, things are starting to happen, and just a little reminder, we all have to be patient while these legal things pan out. But we're starting to see a shift. And part of that is a Trump State Department appointee, Federico Klein, has been hauled in. This is the low-hanging fruit, right? They start with these guys and work their way up. So that's very good. He worked on the campaign and hung in during all that, and now he's in big legal trouble. Also, a giant GOP donor, what was his name? Robert Brockman, is being investigated for fraud totaling $2.5 billion. You know, these people, like someone steals a car or breaks into a hi-fi store and they go to jail, and these guys, $2.5 billion. So let's hope it's going to be another, you know, Bernie Madoff one. He actually gets as far as the jail system. Not that I wish people in jail. I could talk to you for 3 hours about what's wrong with jails as a concept. Putting people in cages, don't like it. However, time and place. Quick apology before I start. I spent the last video talking about Ed Weiselberg when his name is Alan Weiselberg. He's the company accountant, been there for Trump.org forever. And people have been talking about whether or not he's going to spill the beans. He spilled the beans 2 years ago, 3 years ago. He didn't want to go to jail then, doesn't want to go to jail now. So he's already given the FBI what they need for Trump.org, which is why I'm going to be reading today on Don Jr., his beautiful sister, Ivanka. What a warm and compassionate woman. And the Dodo brother, poor Eric, and see what's happening with them. But here's the thing. The other thing I want to read on, a viewer asked me recently, did I think Trump dabbled in the dark side and used the dark arts or whatever? I didn't read on it. I just answered the comment and said, look, I doubt it. I don't think he has the concentration span to do any of that, and he thinks he's God anyway. I mean, I just batted it away. And then someone else asked me today, so I thought, time's come. Let's look at the cards for that. So, what else has been happening before I move on? In the good news column, we have Deb Haaland. She's the first Native American cabinet member, and she is, I think, now the rep for New Mexico, and she's going to be the next secretary for the Interior. So that's groundbreaking and good on her. So, what will we read on first? I think we'll do Don Jr. How often have I said it, intrepid viewers? One of those faces you never get tired of slapping. Look, something my old aunties used to say, and sometimes I have to agree. Okay. Don Jr. first. Let's see. Oh, the Lovers. I didn't expect that. This isn't really so much as a tarot reading as a profile of the man. Okay, so you've got to laugh. You have the card of oppression. This is what he does to other people. This is a beautiful deck, apart from being quite a dark deck. I only save it for like really awful people. He oppresses anyone who works for him. He is coming up for some abject sorrow because I don't think he gets it. Why I think he's got the Lover's card on top, I think this is him in love with his, dare I say it, recreational drug use. I think that's his true lover. I seriously do. Okay, that's the problem for him. And the card of indolence. He's never done anything. I'm sorry, love, but counting your father's money does not count as work. I'm sorry to break the news. It just doesn't, right? Okay, so the base of his cards, this I don't think is a person at all. I think it is the thing he most loves in his life. He's an oppressive personality. He's heading for sorrow, but he's too indolent to work his way out of it. So I'm going to use my little oracle cards because that's telling us the landscape, not what so much is going to happen. Let me just get them here. My little cuties. So what's coming up in the near future for Don Jr.? Don Jr.'s near future. Don Jr.'s near future. Oh. Oh dear. Jealousy. The jealousy card. Who's he jealous of? It could be Ivanka because the Yeti has always blatantly favoured her. But it could be, it's certainly not a jealousy for Eric. Jealousy. If you have any ideas, get to me. But he's living active feelings of jealousy. Oh, prison. Oh, could this be true? Dare to hope, dare to dream. Prison. Waiting for someone to save him. And this was over his indolent card. He's waiting for someone to save him, but he's done nothing to make that happen, right? He's so lazy, he can't even get out of his own way. He can't even help himself. But that's because I think his fondness for the unnamed recreational substance is so pronounced, he's actually not functioning at a very high level. Let's just say that. Okay, we'll quickly do Eric because we need to do Ivanka and Jared together, I think, because word is that they're not speaking to each other. No great loss either way, I would have thought. Anyway, so let's look at Eric first. What's coming up for Eric? What's coming up for Eric? 2021. 2021. Queen of Cups, his mother. Oh, that's weird. That's very weird. Here we have, this is the Queen of Cups, often representing the mother. In this case, the mother of dragons. That'd be Ivana Trump. She's protecting him. His happiness is being interfered with. Well, yes, look at those swords, you know, impairing his happiness because so much legal stuff is coming down the pipe. He gets the Three of Wands, which is the Virtue card in the Thoth deck. So it involves three. I would suggest the three siblings. The Magician. I have to know what that's about because how ironic, given that I'm going to read on the Yeti and whether he has anything to do with the dark arts. This can go either way. He could be very lucky with the Magician, or it could be very bad news. It's the card of transformation and power. words we don't associate with poor Frodo, do we, Eric? So why has he got the magician? Why has Eric got the magician? Why has Eric got the magician? His friends have left. Shouldn't be surprised. So this is Amica, the friendship card, and this is the melancholy. So in relation to the magician, he was hoping his friends would magically, by friends, I don't think any of the Trumps have friends, do they, as you or I would understand a friend. They mean associates, they mean people who work for them, they mean people who can do things for them. That's what they mean by friends, people who can do favours for them. And so he hasn't been able to manifest that energy. They're not turning up. There's already a pattern here. His brother's too lazy to seek out help, and he's too weird to seek out help. And his only true friend is Mama. Okay, she's a she-wolf, you know, she will look after them as best she can. So, you know, maybe she can take them little nourishing snacks when they're inside. But, you know, so rare, really wealthy people go to jail. We cannot get too excited. But I did love the prison card for his brother. And now we come to Ivanka and Jared. Let's have a look. Another time I'll do one on their marriage, but for now, this is what's going to be the legal stuff coming up. And please, I'm sorry everyone who asked me to read on Harry and Meghan. I don't read on the royals, can't read on the royals. I'm Irish. They've occupied my country for 600 years. They sat on the grain while 4 million Irish starved to death or had to go into exile because of starvation. So I'm not actually interested in people who think they're born to rule. Now, I'm sure Harry and Meghan are very nice people. I'm not going to watch the Oprah interview. I'm sure I won't be able to avoid what it says anyway because it's world news, but not for me. Okay. So when they volunteer to dissolve the monarchy, I'll be there. Okay, now, Ivanka and Jared. They got anything to be worried about legally? Oh, I think so, wouldn't you? Ivanka and Jared. Oh, the little petals. Well, here they are in the middle. They were the golden couple, literally the golden couple of Manhattan for 5 minutes and whatever. The sun has shone on both of them, all their privileged lives. I'm not saying they haven't had a tough day, but this is the center of their being is one of privilege, absolute privilege and entitlement. This is them. Unfortunately for them, that came with a life of luxury, by the way. Yeah. Okay. But unfortunately, things are coming to an end and a permanent end. The death card is the end of a whole way of being and moving and having to adapt to a whole new life and a whole new skin. Right. So the Grim Reaper, I think, is coming for them very specifically as a couple. So I think Ivanka's actually got, it hadn't occurred to me till just now, but she's got exposure as being a key player in Trump org. Plus, she is the wife of the slumlord, Jared Kushner, and all his nefarious dealings. So she's actually doubly exposed. Now, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Works in this card. Just a moment here while I pause. Sorry, I don't know how to do pause. Sorry, I'm just doing a video here. So with the Three of Pentacles, also known as group work, they would be having very close connections with their lawyers about what to do next, how to try and separate themselves. And here is coming into play SDNY, Letitia James and Cy Vance coming down on them in the form of the Ace of Swords. Okay, just had a pause in the household update. Now, this is the question, does Trump play around with the dark side or someone on his behalf? I'm intrigued by this because I wouldn't have thought so, but you never know. But in terms of his nastiness and all the stuff that's happening with Cuomo, who, according to my readings, is going to hang on by his fingernails. Remember, he threatened Cuomo and he said he's going to go through some things. Just mob boss stuff. But the question here today is, does he have anything to do with the dark arts? Let's just ask that. Just ask that. Before I do, I've found out what's happening with the notifications. I've been told that when you subscribe, it doesn't automatically trigger all the notifications. You have to go to the bell beside subscribe and tick all. Okay? So I don't know whether you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe, but if you just click on your subscribe button and look for the bell that says all, that should help. Okay, back to Trump and the dark side. Let's see. Look, before I get to that, remember with Reagan, you know, he who broke the backs of the Union and destabilized the whole of Latin America and everything else he did and is now seen as a saint, that Reagan. Nancy was mad on astrology and everything he did, she ran through the astrologer. With this, I'm not getting so much of a vibe. I'm wondering if it's not Ivana, the mother of dragons herself. I don't think it's him. Why I don't think it's him? He gets the indolence card. And my gut feeling was he's too lazy and too egotistical and stuff to even do that. His threats to people and stuff, he likes to say it out loud. He's not a behind the scenes guy. What you see is what you get in all its ugliness. I think it's Ivana, because right underneath his indolence, this is her. I don't think it's Ivanka, who's now converted to Judaism and all of that. I mean, she is a Scorpio. She could have a secret side. I don't think it's her. I think it's Ivana. I think she's been doing it forever. This is in the past. I think she was responsible for a lot of this stuff in the past. This is all about Ivana as far as I'm concerned. She secured his defeat in terms of the divorce and all that. This is when I think she's known about it since childhood, where I think she was born when Czechoslovakia was a single country. I think she knew about this from childhood. I think she used it to help them get very rich. And I think she used it against him when she needed to for her personal gain at that point. I think she's continued to use it. This is the Seven of Swords here since, and has contributed somewhat to his success, which she thought would benefit her revolting children. I think it's Ivana. Okay, well, that will have to do for today. Life marches on. Honourable mention to Cash Peters. I love the work he's doing at the moment on transitions, different famous people, and how he sees their transition to the other side in pictures. I think he's doing a great job. I'd like to send a big shout out to all the other readers. Via letter, I intend to get in touch. Please forgive me for being so slow. I love all you guys. I'll be doing another collaboration with Linda G and Sheila. We do monthly ones now, and with Tarot's Apprentice and the team. So you look after yourselves. Rise above it is the mantra, and I'll see you soon. Bye.